floating mace. A regular occurrence in these parts, I might have you know.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire anyway?
Wedding?
I told you, it's the wedding of Vittoria Vici, an extremely well-connected merchant with the East Empire Company. The Emperor's cousin, remember? Hopefully these gifts will put us in her good graces, secure that import deal, and lead the way to an audience with the Emperor.
Why are you in the water? Taking a bit of a dip? Cooling off? I don't know.
Get away from me, you Skyrim trash!
Oh! Well, excuse me for taking the time to greet you, you miserable old wench. What about you?
Don't bother me, peasant. I've had a long journey and paid too much coin on these gifts to be late to Vittoria's wedding.
We can rob him of the gifts. Unfortunately, that's not Elwynn's style. Well, enjoy the wedding, friend.
Indeed, if we ever get there.
Well, you won't get there stood in the middle of a flowing river, I know that for certain. Okay. See? Chance encounters. I love them. I should really have slapped her in the face. How dare she be so miserable on a fine day like this. Dear. So yes, Rislav married Beline. And yes, it was all a joyous occasion. So that is the next thing we heard of Rislav. Then, in the year 478, a rather unfortunate turn of events took place for the royal family of Skingrad. Yes, it did. King Morhorus and his daughters and sons all succumbed to a plague that ravaged across Cyrodiil, concentrating itself in Calovia. Every last one of the royal family died, all except for two. Rislav, who was in Kvatch and therefore escaped the worst of the plague, and also his elder brother, who was Dorald. And Dorald was a priest of Maruk, and he was in the imperial city at the time of the plague, and that is why he too escaped its wrath. And as a result of the family's downfall, being the elder brother, Dorald assumed his place as king of Skingrad. Now, as a priest of Maruk in the imperial city, his first act as king was to cede Skingrad into the clutches of the imperial city, into the empire, thus ending their independence, or that was his plan. And as you can imagine, the populace of Skingrad was extremely enraged by this proposition from their new king. And as a result, Rislav rode forth to confront Dorald, because he too had heard of the new king's intentions. He rode forth with his wife and 24 guards, not a large army by any stretch of the imagination, but due to the fact that the Skingrad guards themselves too disapproved of their king's intentions, they did not stand in Rislav's way. And eventually Rislav made his way to the castle courtyard, where he met his elder brother Dorald, rather. And, declaring his brother an outcast, and shouting, "You are no brother of mine," they fought. And Rislav chopped his brother's head off with his axe, and was declared the new king of Skingrad. A rather fortunate turn of events for him, I suppose. You know, 3 brothers, or was it 4 sisters, or whatever it was? 3 brothers, 2 brothers, and 4 sisters. And despite all of that, a plague and a jewel. And voila! You become king. Ah, what is this? First of all, who are you? Old orc.
I am waiting for a good death.
Excuse me? A good death?
Yes. Were I to simply lay down and die, it would not please Malakath.
Why do you wish to die?
My time has come. I am old. Too old to become chief. It would be wrong for me to take wives at this age. So I will die. Malakath has given me a vision of a glorious death. I am to wait here until it finds me. As you can see, it has not yet arrived.
You don't look that old to me. Surely you could still be a strong, capable warrior. To seek your death, it seems rather cowardly to me.
Indeed. One should find his death while he can still call himself a proper man. We Orcmen are not like these Nords and Imperials who carry on until they are gray and feeble and their hair falls out. To cling to something past its usefulness is unseemly. How much more so when that thing is you?
Oh well, seems like I can't change your mind, so enjoy your death, I suppose.
You should leave. I don't want you scaring off my good death.
Maik carries 2 weapons to be safe. What if one breaks? That would be most unlucky.
Hey, don't run away, Mike. I need to speak. No, 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 no! Ooh, bear. Oh, saber cat. Come. Oh, who's killed all these bears? Who's killed all these saber cats? How very bizarre. Anyway, yeah, I didn't know who.
Maik is always in search of calibers, yet he finds none. Where could they have gone?
Where could they have gone indeed? Yes, I didn't know who this chap was before, but I did a bit of research on the internet and found out that he actually he says quite a few things. He's got quite a few lines, all of which make relevance to new features of this game, old features of the last game that might not be in this game, for example.
Maik hears many stories of war, yet few of them are true.
And all of his lines, all of his quotes have some significant meaning to some kind of either events in the game.
Maik is tired now. Go bother somebody else.
No, keep speaking.
Maik is done talking.
Oh, you can only get a few snippets of information at a time. Oh well. Like his mention of calipers there, like in Oblivion there were calipers in the game, but then he mentions that he can't find calipers now because I don't think calipers are in this game. And stuff like that. So yes, every time we come across him we shall speak to him until he's done talking to see what snippets of information he comes out with. Okay. Carry on walking whilst picking flowers. It's getting dark. I'm going to, while I still remember actually, I'm going to actually have a look at the settings, the display settings. I'm going to just put the brightness up a couple of notches, mainly because we all know by now, or I should know by now, that YouTube darkens the videos a little bit when you upload them, so hopefully this will make it so that you can see what's going on at least. Local wildlife running around happily. Ah, yes. Alright. So we're about halfway back to Whiterun now. And we're probably just about halfway through our story of Rislav the Righteous. So we shall continue in a short moment. I think we might take a stop off for the night in Valthium Keep. Just because travelling through the night isn't as much fun as travelling through the day. There it is. Valtham Keep. Cooking pot over the stove. I mean, we could cook up some food. Do we have any recipes available to us? Hawker loaf. Pheasant roast. Rabbit haunch. Couple of those. Couple of salmon steaks. Venison chop. All makes for good good munching on a cold night. Right, okay, oops a daisy. The time by my watch is 7:48 PM. I think we could probably make it back to Whiterun in a short amount of time. So we'll press on. We can still make it to Whiterun by a reasonable hour and still have enough time to sleep and wake up rested for the day's new events. Another question I was asked, or I am repeatedly asked on my comments pages, is when I get enough money, will I be buying a horse? The answer to that question is, oh! Almost knocked down by a bloody animal. Rather unfortunate way to go. Yes, it is. Yeah, when I get enough coin, will I be purchasing a horse? And as I said, the answer to that one is no. Mainly because, at least for the time being, whilst I am walking from place to place, I am collecting herbs, which are extremely useful in alchemy. And also butterflies as well, and other such things. So, when you ride along on a horse, getting on and off constantly when you come across herbs is an absolute pain. And therefore, until I have reached a stage in my alchemy that I am happy, i.e. when I'm near mastery level, when I don't have to bother about collecting herbs anymore, or if it gets to a stage where I have plenty of herbs in my stores that I don't need to collect every single herb I see, then I might consider getting a horse. But at least, whilst there is still a point to me collecting herbs, we're just going to hold off on purchasing a horse. Ooh, look at this. Certain bugs only come out at night, like torch bugs and lunar moths. Come to me, little bugs. I need you for my potions. And there it is. The beautiful oh my god, what the hell is happening here? Uh-oh. An Atronach? Where the hell did that come from? Anyway, we need to spring into action. And, yes, conjuring a flame Atronach used to be a big no-no for Elwynn until he read the book that told him that flame Atronachs are a neutral form of danger. So we can summon one. Oh! Haha, I have one of my own. Uh-oh, watch out for the explosion! And there we go. I wonder if this witch summoned it and lost control. Could be a possibility. Sorry to strip you naked, lovey, but your robes are quite pricey. So Elwynn is now conjuring Atronachs for his pleasure. And that also reminds me of something I found out, or something that somebody recommended. A couple of updates ago I was trying to do some training with Elwynn to level up his spells. And I was doing it inside Whiterun and it didn't work. And as somebody did point out, that is because we were in the confines of a city. I did practice some spells outside the city on a separate save file, and it worked perfectly fine. So it seems you can only do your spell practice, which involves forcing your conjurations to attack you. They only attack you, excuse me, outside the city walls. So in a not too distant future, Elwynn will be resuming his practicing on a regular basis. What the hell? Good catch.
Still here. Lead on.
God, it's like a treasure hunt. Gotta pick all the herbs. Gotta pick every last one. So, phew, we have made it, finally. Home sweet home. And I'm lost. I haven't been here for quite a while. Until we can, of course, afford to purchase the breeze home, we will have to resume and resort to spending the night in the good old Bannered Mare. A home away from home.